Good morning, buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Cómo están?
Bien, bien aquí.
Sí.
Un poquito frustrados.
I can imagine. What happened with your offers?
No, pues apenas las voy a mandar una hoy,
Ajá.
pero estamos frustrados porque ya van 2 ofertas en 2 casas diferentes que mandamos y no las ganamos.
Ujú.
Y hemos mandado arriba del precio, pero no sabemos qué tanto o qué está pasando, o sea, cómo ahorita así como está el mercado, ¿cómo le haces para poder ganar una oferta?
Ujú.
Ujú.
So,
Entonces, ahorita estoy haciendo una, pero ay, en realidad no sé si nos estamos yendo más arriba todavía, pero yo sé que en lo del appraisal, pues no sé cómo vaya a salir. En realidad no sé cómo, como listing agent, no sé en qué se están fijando o qué es una buena oferta ahorita.
okay. So, there's a couple of different things that make an offer good. So one of the first thing that the listing agent is going to look at is what type of loan are they using? So are they using an FHA loan? Are they using a conventional loan? And then how much money are they putting down? Because what the listing agent is trying to look for right now is they want to look for a solid buyer. And so there's certain things that make your buyer more solid, or one buyer more solid than another buyer. They don't want to accept the highest offer so that it can bomb last minute. They just want to make the best decision for their seller, right? So they don't want to waste anyone's time either. So they're not necessarily always going to go with the highest price. You actually might be offering the most, but if your loan doesn't look as good as somebody else's, it might be worth it for them to take a lower price. So for example, Ethel, when was the last time that we had to go through this? We had to go through this on Archie, right?
Yes, on the type of loan.
Where we had multiple offers.
Yes.
Can you explain to Michelle what did we do to figure out which offer was the best option for the seller? What did we have to go through ourselves and then help the seller understand to go through also?
I think the important things are how much money are they paying in cash, because you can see that it's a solid client because he has cash money in cash. And if something happens in that point, is if something happens with the appraiser and it does not appraise, maybe he's more capable to pay the listing price, or the difference between the appraisal and the listing price, or the price that he offered. And then conventional, when it is conventional, they have to have more cash because they need to pay at least, with FHA, they need to pay 3.5%. VA, they don't need to pay anything, but we know that if it does not appraise, they are not going to be able, or they are not going to be willing to pay the difference. I think.
And why is that? Why is that with VA, Ethel?
They don't need to pay they can.
Oh, you froze.
Bueno, pues
zero down payment.
Michelle, pero dime qué es what's your buyer situation right now? How does your buyer look? What does your buyer look like? And then maybe we can help you put together a solid offer, because there's so much you can do to make your offer look better. It depends on what kind of buyer you are. And then depending on what kind of buyer you are or what kind of buyer you have right now, you have to work to their strengths. So what kind of buyer are they? What are they pre-qualified at? Where are they looking? What are they looking for?
Pues ella está buscando, bueno, la vez pasada me dijo ella, quiero ofrecer lo que tú me digas, quiero quedarme en la casa. Entonces, ella está aprobada por una cantidad, pero estamos buscando de una cantidad más abajo para tener chance de ofrecer un poquito más.
What's their pre-qualified, how much are they pre-qualified for?
150.
150. So they want to look under. They're pre-qualified at 150. They want to look under. So what are they looking at right now? 120, 130. How far under are they looking?
Sí, 120, 130.
¿Qué tipo de loan van a usar?
¿Mande?
Which type of loan they are going to use?
Es un FHA.
FHA.
Who are they pre-qualified with?
Fue con Security National.
Security National. Okay.
Y en esta oferta que pasó, que no agarramos, era una casa de 109,900 y nosotros ofrecimos 123 porque hicimos un análisis. Ofrecimos eso y no pidió ella closing cost, ella no los está pidiendo, ella dice, yo quiero quedarme con la casa, yo los pago.
And how much in earnest money?
Earnest money, $500.
That's where we're going wrong also.
Yeah.
Sí, no, ella no está pidiendo, ella dice que ella paga los gastos de cierre y aparte porque está agarrando down payment assistance, dice ya como me van a pagar el down payment, dice yo puedo pagar los gastos de cierre para no pedirlos al seller.
Por ahí lo que le conviene es cuando está muy interesada en la casa poner un earnest más importante, $1,000 o $1,500 para mostrar solidez y que tiene el dinero para pagar ese earnest money y asegurarse la casa. ¿Vos le preguntaste al listing agent por cuánto, qué oferta aceptaron? ¿Cuál fue la diferencia? ¿En cuánto se quedaron afuera?
No me dijeron porque no.
You have to ask.
He preguntado, pero no te dan esa información.
No, you have to call the listing agent and ask her, hey, I want to know how far I was with the offer because my client was very interested. And at least for you to know what happened. Sometimes you lose the house because they already had the buyer. So that can be a situation in some occasions. So that's why it's important. I was following some properties that I offer, and I realized that they closed for a lower amount. So that house was already sold when we put the offer.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think what's important is for you to understand it's a hard market right now for any buyer. And then the buyer that you're working with, they don't look like a strong buyer, but you can make your buyer look stronger by putting more in earnest money. So let's make your buyer look stronger. Next time you're serious about an offer, you can put up to $3,000 in earnest money to make your offer look serious. So just to solidify, also, are you having conversations with the listing agents before you submit the offer, or are you just submitting the offer?
Lo que les pregunto nada más es de que si ya tienen ofertas. A veces me dicen que si ya tienen una o que ya tienen dos. Y pregunto cuándo las van a presentar. Pues nada, de hecho nada más eso es lo que hemos estado.
Ask them what their seller is looking for. Ask them, before you submit the offer, say, what is your client looking for? Are they looking for the highest price? Are they looking for the most solid buyer? What is it that they want? Because our buyer is very serious about this offer. I want to make sure we're trying to get your seller what they want. So now you're showing the listing agent serious interest. Okay, you're showing them serious interest. Hey, I'm really interested. I'm not just going to throw you a piece of paper and hope and pray that it wins. I'm coming to you and asking you, what do you need from me so that I can get it to you so that I can get this offer? And depending on what they tell you, now you go back and you make your offer look as close to what they need as possible. So if what they want is a solid buyer, give them more in earnest money.
Like how much is a good earnest money?
I'm telling you, if you're very serious, I would even go up to 3,000. I've done it before.
I received an offer 3-4 weeks ago with an earnest money of 10,000.
Woo!
10,000. It was
which type of loan was that, Lore?
Excuse me again?
Which type of loan? It was a conventional?
Yes, conventional.
With 20% down, 10% down?
10%.
Okay.
Yo lo que hice.
¿Cuál era el sales price, Lorena?
139,900 ofrecieron full price y 10,000 de down.
Did you take that offer?
De earnest money.
Did
Hasta yo pensé que se habían equivocado.
Yeah. Did you take that offer? Did you accept their offer? You accepted their offer.
My client accepted, yeah, because they are very committed to the deal. Yes.
Exactly. They're committed to the deal, Lorena. They are 100% committed to the deal. So they're trying to tell you, look, if it doesn't appraise, that's not going to be your problem. That's going to be my problem. Let me deal with that when that happens. They're showing you up front, I have the money to take care of it. That's their way of showing you, enseñándote, pero sin enseñándote, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
¿Y qué pasa, por ejemplo, si ofreces arriba del sales price, ¿verdad? Como es un FHA, si no hace appraised, pues, y el seller no se ajusta al valor.
Y si es FHA, tampoco podés poner $10,000 de down payment porque es en una propiedad de $100,000 es más del 3.5%. Pero mientras no te excedas del cash portion, podés poner, si la propiedad vale 100, hasta $3,500 podrías poner de earnest money, porque es lo que ellos deberían llevar al closing.
Pero otra cosa bien importante es que si te subes mucho en precio y es un FHA, no pasa avalúo, ese valor para un próximo comprador y se cae el deal, para un próximo comprador se va a quedar 6 meses el avalúo si es un próximo FHA. Es lo que el listing agent está viendo o el vendedor está viendo.
Y a veces poner la oferta más alta no te asegura la casa, porque si el listing agent sabe que la casa no va a valer, o sea, que el appraiser no va a llegar a ese valor, directamente decir, vamos a tener un appraiser en un valor menor, vamos a tener que negociarlo a un valor menor. Tengo otra oferta que es quizá conventional, que me da un poco menos, pero más que quizá lo que el appraiser nos dé, y me aseguro que no se me caiga la transacción. Nunca te asegurás, porque nosotros hemos tenido casos de ofertas súper sólidas y el cliente dice, oh, no, it was not the house that I wanted, the size of the kitchen, the size of the bathroom, y se fue. Pero nunca tenés la seguridad de que realmente se cierre la operación, pero estás más cerca.
Yo lo que hice
como
en una que traía de FHA también, que sé que usualmente no prefieren el FHA, ofrecimos $1,200 de earnest money, fuimos a ver la casa, les gustó mucho también, les dije, la casa se miraba muy bien, les dije, mira, si realmente la quieren, no vamos a pedir repairs, vamos a hacer la inspección. Y pues ya dependiendo cómo estén las condiciones de la casa, nada más puse 6 días de option. Y eso pues le llamó mucho la atención al listing agent y puse que no íbamos a pedir repairs. Pedí lo que estaban full price y aún así hicieron la inspección, estaba muy bien la casa. Le mandé de todos modos la inspección al listing agent y aún así hicieron reparaciones y pues la casa estaba en buenas condiciones, pero eso le llamó mucho la atención a ellos. Entonces, yo creo que eso también te ayudaría.
Yes, thank you, Lorena. That's very true because remember, we're trying to figure out that's why it's so important for you to call the listing agent and talk to them and ask them, what does your seller really want? Because like in Lorena's example, maybe what the seller wanted was not to touch the house. Look, I'll take the price that I take, but I'm not going to touch that house. I'm not going to put another dollar into it. And if that's what they wanted, and Lorena's coming in strong with, we're not going to ask for any repairs. We're going to get an inspection done because we have the right to, but we don't want any repairs. That spoke to the seller and what the seller wanted.
Como ahora ella quiere esta casa que vimos, la casa es de 125 sales price, asking price, y ella me dice, no le hace, yo quiero la casa, mándala por me dijo 137. Entonces son $13,000 arriba.
Pero hiciste CMA para ver si
Sí.
da.
Solamente una casa, sacamos 5 casas. Una se vendió en 137, pero tenía aire refrigerado y esta no lo tiene y es 100 pies más grande. Las demás se vendieron 125, 128 o 129.
Yo creo que ese tipo de clientes, yo creo que tienes que mandarle una hoja donde salga que ellos tienen el dinero si acaso no aprueban y ofrecer, o sea, lo más que puedan de earnest money, option, poquitos días y hablar con pues que sepan si acaso, pedir no repairs y que el cliente sepa y pues aún así, pues si está muy fea la casa con malas condiciones, ya se pueden echar para atrás, pero aún así ya les das más seguridad al vendedor para que te escojan a ti. Porque con un FHA comparando a un conventional, te van a escoger a un conventional.
Yeah. Yeah, just do everything you need to do to make your buyer look more solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bueno.
Muchas gracias. Ethel, thank you. Lorena, thank you, because that's really that's the point of these trainings, you guys. I have information that I'm going to share with you. I have, my little course that I have to go through, but it's really just the topics of what we're going to go over and giving you the information and the resource. But this right here, like us speaking to each other about the deals that we've been through and how we got through it, that's really what we're here to do for each other. So thank you guys so much for all of you guys that jump on weekly. I really appreciate your commitment to this. And I hope you can see how each one of you is very valuable to me and to everybody else here. Like, we're all here to help each other grow. So thank you guys so much for your participation. So for today, today's actually going to kind of be a fun day. So today we're actually going to role play. We actually finished all of our week last Tuesday. So we're kind of ahead of schedule right now. So today I figure we can role play. I would like to put you guys kind of, I just want to go through a scenario with you, okay? So my newer ones, who do we have on here? Antonio, Oscar. Oscar, how come your camera is not on? What are you, Oscar, what are you doing, Oscar? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oscar, turn on your video. Where you at?
Okay, I will.
Tú no te tienes que peinar, Oscar.
Baby, he's in pajamas. Leave him alone.
Oscar, I know you're not in pajamas right now, are you?
No, of course not.
Oscar doesn't even own pajamas. He looks fly 24/7. All right, I want to see your beautiful face, Oscar. Yay!
Es que era Oscar Macías, disculpa.
Okay. We're gonna do role playing. So for my younger guys, the biggest obstacle that they're having, or the newer ones, the biggest obstacle that you're gonna have initially is converting your lead to an appointment, right? That's the first step that we have to take, is we have to convert a lead to an appointment. We have to get them to become our client, and they will not become our client if we don't have an appointment with them. They don't owe us anything. They don't have loyalty to us. They don't know the first thing about us. They don't, nothing. Okay, so we have to convert them from a lead to an appointment. We're gonna go through just a scenario, just a hypothetical scenario, and I would like for Oscar to be my realtor. So Oscar, you are the realtor taking this lead, and Lorena, you be the Fabre, Lorena Fabre, you be the, yes, please. This is gonna be very helpful.
She said no.
No. Ontiveros.
Ontiveros, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm like, yes, you have to. You guys, hay tantas Lorenas. I'm so sorry, Lorenas, if I mix up your last names, because there's so many of you guys. I have such a hard time keeping up. I'm sorry. Okay.
Lorena
so-
Ontiveros.
Lorena Ontiveros, you're gonna be the lead. Okay, you're gonna be the buyer client. And Oscar got your information from, he got your information from his friend. You're his friend's tia, and he heard that his tia wanted a house, and now Oscar has Tia's number, and Oscar is going to call Tia to find out what it is that she's looking for, blah, 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 blah. Like, how are you gonna get her comfortable enough to meet with you? How are you gonna show her that you can help her fit her needs? Okay, so Oscar, you have Lorena's phone number. Go ahead and give her a phone call and set her up for an appointment. Lorena, you are a buyer, but you're not 100% sold on buying your house or selling your house yet. You're not sure if you want to sell it yet. You think that maybe you want to rent it, or maybe right now is not a right time. So you have your reservations about it. Okay. All right. So go ahead, Oscar. Give her a call.
Hello, is this Miss Lorena?
Yes, hi.
Hi, I got your number from my tia, and she told me that you were actually interested in buying a home. Is that true?
Yes, you know what? I have a house right now, and I don't know if I want to sell it or not, but I'm looking to buy a bigger house.
Okay, well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Oscar Chavez with Realty One, and I actually just want to ask you a few questions just to see more or less where you're at in the buying process. Have you started looking by any chance?
No, I don't know how to start.
Okay. Okay. Have you gotten pre-qualification yet? Do you
Yes.
know? Yes.
Yes.
For how much?
For 200.
For 200. Okay. And more or less, where do you want to move to?
Close to this area. I really like the area, and I'm just looking to get a bigger house. So
Okay, and what area are you in?
here in Cimarron.
Oh, okay. That's a good area. And sorry.
You got this. You got this. Keep going. You got this. Set her up for an appointment.
Yeah, well, actually, now that you've already started the process and everything, you already took the first step. I actually wanted to ask if you're interested in having a consultation, a buyer's consultation with me. Well, more or less, we're going to be speaking about the costs to expect, timelines to expect, and just the overall process in buying a home. Would you be interested in that?
Yes.
Okay, well, how about the weekend? Are you free this weekend? Maybe on Saturday morning?
Yes, at 10 a.m. it would be okay.
Okay, perfect. Well, then I'm going to set you up on the calendar and then I'll see you then.
Thank you.
I want a client like that. I want a lead like that.
Yeah.
We always receive it. No, but I'm not interested in
Good
talking
job,
to
guys. Thank you so much for your participation. Okay, so you both did awesome. Thank you both so much. All right, so feedback. Oscar, you know what you have to say. You know what you have to say, right? You just have to get comfortable saying it. And the only way you're going to get comfortable is by practicing. So if that means that you have to stand in the mirror and talk to yourself, then do that. If that's what that means, then do that. Excuse me. If it means while you're driving on your way to the appointment, you're saying your scripts in your head, you're going over, what am I going to say? What do I need to cover? What does the beginning, middle, and end look like? What is the vibe supposed to be when I'm speaking to this person? If you're not visualizing it and you're not practicing it, then you're going to be practicing on that client. And you're going to practice on that client, and then you're not going to do good because you weren't prepared. That's all that is. You just didn't prepare. And you're going to feel crappy about yourself because you're getting rejected. Okay? So do what you have to do on your end just to get comfortable. You already know what you have to do. You already know what you have to do. You got it. Stop second guessing what you're saying. What you're saying is perfect. You know exactly what you got to say. So just get comfortable saying it. Get comfortable in your own skin. Get comfortable knowing that you are the professional and you are leading this process. Okay? You're there to lead. So you have to take that lead role very serious. You have to understand that you are the leader. So come at them like a leader. And the only way you're going to come at them like a leader is when you're feeling confident with what you're saying. You know what you're saying, you're just not 100% confident. Why aren't you confident? Is it because you don't understand? Maybe you don't understand the process very well, and because it's confusing, it's hard for you to sell it. If you can't sell it to yourself, you're not going to be able to sell it to anybody else. So whatever it is that's making you uncomfortable or unconfident about the sale, for yourself, figure that out. Now sell it to yourself. Be able to sell it to yourself so bad that you genuinely are like, this is the best choice. This right here is the absolute best choice. I don't see any other choice for you that would be better than this choice. Now, whenever you're in a situation where you have to lead your client through a very difficult situation, you need to know exactly what you have to do, exactly what to advise, exactly how to come at them for them to feel comfortable taking your hand and going wherever you want to go, right? Because we're here to lead that process. So you guys did awesome. Thank you so much. I am going to pick on Anaí now, because I don't know why she doesn't have her camera on. Like, special privileges today? What's going on? Why are you? Where is Sierra? Isn't she supposed to be on here too? Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so Anaí, as you all know, is in the process of getting her real estate license. Yay! If you guys haven't heard, now you heard. It's official. She's working on getting her real estate license, and we're super excited. And I want to make sure that when Anaí gets licensed, she gets off and running and she doesn't miss a beat, and she's able to close a deal in the first 2 months. So I want to make sure that you're ready too. So in order to get her ready, I would like to have some help from you guys. I'm going to pick Michelle, okay? Michelle, you guys are messaging over Messenger on social media, okay?
You know that.
Yep. Yep. We're about to figure this out right now. Because now Oscar's gonna know exactly how to set appointments. Michelle's gonna know exactly how to submit her offers, and you're gonna know exactly how to manage your social media leads. So here we go. Social media leads. If you guys are all on social media, you guys have been doing really, really good on social media also. I'm so proud of you guys. So you're on social media. You know that we're on social media. Why? Why are we on social media?
Free promotion.
Free marketing, free promotion to get leads. We're trying to get clients. And remember, it's a numbers game. So the more people adding to your database, remember we talked about the database, the more people you're adding to your database, the more clients you're likely to have. Like it's just a numbers game. If I know 100 people, the likeliness of 5 people in that group maybe that have some sort of interest in buying, selling, or investing in real estate, like if I met 100 people today, I'm pretty sure I could find maybe 3 that want one of these 3 things, right? So we have to make our database as big as possible, as quickly as possible. Social media is a great way to do that because we can reach so many more people than we could meet in a day physically. You can have yourself booked up from 5, 6 in the morning to 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. You still can't meet as many people as you can meet on social media in person. You know what I mean? Like it's a numbers game. So, and then it's free. It's 100% free. Imagine the people that had to sell real estate before social media. They had to go put an order in the newspaper. They had to decide, how big do I want this ad to be? Because visually, if I make a little one, no one's going to see it. But now I got to pay for more space, and everything that we have on social media, they had to pay for back in the day. So we have this for free. Use it, promote yourself, brand yourself. What is your brand and what is your company? And you always want your company to look consistent. People don't want to hire companies that are not consistent. So like Chick-fil-A, you know how you can go to Chick-fil-A today and get the number 2 with a lemonade, and you can go to Chick-fil-A in 3 weeks and get the same thing, and they're going to taste exactly the same. And I can do that here, and I can do that in Dallas, and I can do that in Washington. Everywhere I go, I can go to a Chick-fil-A and it's going to taste exactly the same. Why? Because there's consistency. And that consistency is part of Chick-fil-A's brand. That's what makes Chick-fil-A so great. But not only is their food good, their customer service is amazing. Right? When do you go to Chick-fil-A and their customer service is like horrible? Never. Like that doesn't happen. So I'm giving you the secret recipe to being a realtor is pretending like you're Chick-fil-A and just roll with that. Seriously, like Chick-fil-A does it so good. Focus on your consistency. Focus on your branding. It's a nice, clean, visually appealing brand, whatever that means to you. Okay? Remember, you are your brand. So however you're portraying yourself on social media, how do you want to be portrayed in social media? And then go out and do it. You're not like, go out and do it. Well, what makes you so great as a realtor? What makes you so great as a realtor? It might be because you're a dad and you're relatable. You understand what it's like to be a dad trying to find a family a home. So put that out there, be relatable. You might be a mom in the same situation, trying to put your family in a good home. You might be a young aspiring professional that is trying to figure stuff out right now. And you don't have it all figured out, but you know that you want to make bank, you know that you want to live comfortably, right? So put that out there. Like, show the world, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm about. And then go out and do it, you know? Anyways, that's my little rant. I haven't forgotten about you, Anai. Here we go. Okay, Michelle, who are you, Michelle? You are just a follower. You saw Anai's page on something that your cousin posted, or your cousin liked something that Anai posted. Okay, or she liked it, or she shared it, or whatever. Somehow it caught your attention. You started following Anai. You started following her probably 4, 5, 6 months ago. You see her on social media. She looks like she knows what she's doing. You want to buy a house for your family. You're a first-time home buyer. You don't know where to start, how to start. You don't know if she's about to charge you money for a consultation. You don't know, like, you don't know nothing. Like, I don't know anything. This is my first time. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I've been following you on social media. So Michelle, you have to reach out to Anai. So the first message is you reaching out to Anai, and then Anai, you have to make her feel comfortable enough to get that appointment. Now, remember, Michelle wants the appointment, but she's very nervous about it. She doesn't know exactly what to expect. And you're not the only realtor she follows. She follows other realtors too. So maybe she sent that message out to several realtors. We don't know. Okay. So, all right. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Michelle Garcia, and I'm interested in buying, but I would like to get more information about it.
And these are messages. So remember, with messages, you can think about it for a second. Like, think about it. You get to go back and rewrite it. You know what I mean? So take your time.
Hi, Michelle. It's a pleasure to meet you. I would love to help you. Have you started the process at all?
Well, like, I'm a first-time buyer.
Yes, you have to let us know when you sent it. Is that it? Okay, go.
No, I haven't started nothing because I'm a first-time buyer and I don't know where to start. I would like to know that, and I don't know if you can help me with it.
How fun. I love working with first-time home buyers. I would love to help you. Can I go ahead and would you mind if I do I always mess up the verbiage on this, but would you mind if I do if I offer you a first-time home buyers consultation where I'll go over timeframes to expect, costs to expect, and it's absolutely at no cost to you. I just want to get to know you and get to know what you're looking for you and your family. Send that.
Send.
Send. I feel like she sent that one was like, oh, get out of here. Take that. Okay, Michelle, go.
What? That would be great.
Awesome. Are you applying by yourself or with a significant other?
Well, I don't know if I can do it by myself, but if not, I would like to include my husband.
Okay, that's awesome. Then when are you and your husband typically available together for like a good 45 minutes so that I can go over all this information with you?
Maybe after work, maybe 5 or 6 p.m.
Okay, perfect. So then I'm gonna set you up for 6 p.m. so that we can go over everything. And I'll send you I'll send you a Zoom link here in the next couple of minutes.
Okay. Sent.
Send. Little hearts.
Don't forget the emojis. She's not kidding. Don't forget the emojis because we're on social media. And if there's an emotion that you were trying to portray, make sure you add the emojis. I know we're laughing, but it's true. Add the emojis in there. Don't overdo it with the emojis, especially in the beginning. Like when the conversation barely first begins, take it easy on the emojis. But good job. First, good job, ladies. Thank you so much for your participation. So a couple of things, same as Oscar, you know what you got to say. You're just not practicing. And so you're not comfortable saying it. Okay. So you're not comfortable because you're not practicing and all you got to do is practice. You know exactly what needs to be said. You mixed up the order of a couple of things. Okay. So we always want to try to get to know our lead a little bit before we set the appointment. If you're setting the appointment without getting to know their situation at all, you might be wasting your time. You might be setting up appointments with people that you don't need to be setting up an appointment with right now. They might be in a place where their first step needs to go to credit consultation. It doesn't need to be with you this second. So we always want to make sure that we're asking questions first, getting to feel the situation first, because they're coming to us as an advisor. From the second they start talking to us, they're coming to us looking for guidance, you know, especially when they're in that situation, Michelle, where she's like, I want to buy a house with my husband and you did all of this and great. And we set that up. And then she gets into the appointment with you, Anaí, and little did you know that husband's score is a 450 and hers is a 500. And you could have asked her that on the phone. That doesn't mean that they're bad people. That doesn't mean that they're bad buyers. That just means that they're not ready right now for a consultation. They need to go get credit counseling first. Like, why are you gonna, you know? Now, your credit consultation people, make sure that you have good relationships with your credit consultation advisors. If you guys don't have anybody that you work with for credit yet, I want to tell you guys, you have to try using My Credit People, okay? Texas Credit Consumers with Edward Araujo. He's local in El Paso. Their team is here, so I don't know what their situation is with COVID right now. I think that they're trying to do as many online appointments as possible. But I think that they might still be doing some office visits. You know that that's really important to some people. Like to some people, what's going to make them comfortable is getting in front of a person and speaking to them like in person. So he's local, his team is awesome, they're bilingual. I'm going to, maybe Anaí, can you put their information in the chat, please? Edward, Texas, So Anaí's gonna put his information in the chat, and then I'm gonna give you guys a second referral, okay? A second referral is gonna be National Credit Care with Heather and Aubrey, and Anaí will put their information in here also. So they're also a really great credit repair company. The reason I like them is they are a little bit cheaper than Texas Credit Consumers. They're a little bit cheaper, but they are not local. So you're not gonna ever meet these people. You're not gonna ever get to go to an office with them. It's gonna be a lot of phone calls. And I don't know if they go I don't know if they go the extra step to do like a Zoom conference, or if it's just like a phone call and sign up. So I know their process is a little bit different. It's a little bit cheaper though. But it's based out of Colorado. But they do the work here. They do really, really good. So you guys are going to have both of their contacts. Now, the reason...
excuse me, what was the first one?
Texas Credit Consumers with Edward Araujo. And then the second one is National Credit Care with Aubrey and Heather. And Anaí is putting it in the chat box. She just gave you guys Edwards, and then she will give you National Credit Cares.
Thank you.
One question, because I don't know how these people, the credit repair works. So no, I don't want a class of an hour, but at least to know, it's an advice to tell people what to do with their payments and credits and how to use their money.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's a great question. So you need to be able to make the client know what's about to happen also, so that they feel comfortable hiring that credit repair company, because you don't get to hire them either. You know, you're just going to hand them off. So great question, Ethel. So the way that the credit repair works is get the client's information. You give credit repair the client's information, because it's just like me and you. Whenever somebody tells us, oh, one of my friends wants to buy or sell a house, excuse me, do you want them to give you their information, or do you want to have to wait for them to call? No, you want their information, right?
Yeah.
So if you're teaming up with your credit consultation company and they're helping you qualify your clients, you want to make sure that they come back to you. You want to make sure you have a good working relationship with them. Get their information. So like the lead, when we were doing Michelle and Anaí, let's say that we didn't set up an appointment, or she thought, you know what, let's not set up an appointment because she got the information that their credit scores were very, very low up front. And she was like, you know what, maybe it's best that I set you up with my credit consultation partner first. That's going to be your first step. You're telling her, like, that's the first step. She's coming to you asking you, what do I do? And you're telling her, this is the first step. The first step is you got to go to these people. I'm going to collect your information. So if we're on Instagram or Facebook, we don't have each other's phone number. We don't have each other's email. So ask for both of those things: full name, email, phone number. Get those three things. Now you get their information, you email it out to your credit repair company, Ethel. The one of your choice. I like to keep my local people local as much as possible, but I know that there are some of my clients' personalities would fit better with National Credit Care, or they're looking for something different. So they usually end up, I send them to them. Now, Credit Repair will go ahead and take their information, Ethel. They will reach out to them. They'll reach out to them. They usually do like a phone call. And they're trying to set up the appointment. So now what's important for you to tell your client is, I'm going to send you to these people. They're going to help you. Let them help you. First of all, let them help you. You got to do this. And second, make sure that you do what you got to do on your part. Okay. It's a team effort. I'm going to send you to these people. They're going to help you, but you got to do what you got to do on your part for this to work, so that you can come back to me and then we can get you that house. Okay. So Ethel, they're just going to call, they're going to set up a consultation. During the consultation, they're usually going to pull their credit reports, and they're going to get a really good understanding of why their credit is at the score that it's at. So remember, there's 3 scores, there's 3 credit bureaus, and then the lender is looking for the FICO. So the FICO is the one in the middle. So not the highest, not the lowest, but the one in the middle. That's the FICO. Okay, so they're going to get a really good understanding of why is the score what it is. Maybe in their situation, they have collections from 3 years ago. They have late payments, very recent. They have a repossessed car 5 years ago.
I have an example from like from Heather. So like they'll tell you, we definitely need to keep working on this one so that we can get them back into your hands as quickly as possible. And they tell you like everything that they went over with the client. That way too, like, like, hey, we told him to open up a temporary credit card so that he can, just put $10 on it a month and pay it off every month. He should be ready by March. Like they'll even tell you, if they do this, they'll be ready by March. They'll be ready by June or whatever.
Yeah, and so that's really nice that they give you that information, because again, it's a partnership. That's why it's really important when I tell you guys about building your team. That's the team I'm talking about. Okay, we're part of your team. We're a team, but we're only part of it. There's other parts of it that you still have to build too. So make sure that when you're working with certain people, or when your clients keep expressing a need to have a certain type of professional in their life, and that's not you, go find that professional. Find the best one that you can find, and join forces with them. How can I help you? How can you help me? It's going to take time, because it's not usually going to be the first one that you meet. Like my credit people, I went through like 5, 6 of them before, maybe 7 of them before I found these 2. Personally went through their credit process and spent money, saw what worked, what didn't work, how they treated everybody. So I've tried them all. These are good credit people. So put your faith in them. Let them do what they have to do on their end. Sorry, Ethel, to go back and finish your question. They'll do that analysis. They will, at that point, they will give them a proposal, like a proposal of work. They'll say, we can help you with this, this, and this. And we're estimating that it'll take about 3 to 6 months to help you with this. Of course, there's no guarantees. These are the credit bureaus. This is, it's a process. Sometimes they get results very, very quickly, and sometimes they don't. But when you're working with credit also, everything takes a month to rebalance to get an update. You know, for a whole month, you can't get an update. The numbers were what they were for the last 20 days. So it takes time. And they're going to tell them, you know, they might have different packages that they offer. They might have like a few different options for them, but they're pretty much going to give them the proposal. Most of them are going to be a monthly fee. So they usually have like a startup fee and then a monthly fee moving forward. And credit repair, the ones that I gave you guys, they range from about 80 to like 100. You know what? I don't even want to talk on the prices. I don't want to talk on the prices. And that's another thing that I do too with the clients. Just call them. They'll tell you the prices, because I don't want to get involved, because they have so many different packages and options, and you don't know what they want to do for your client or not, if they're going to give them some sort of deal or if they're not, or, you know, just let them deal with that. So those are the prices. And then that's it, Ethel. From there, you get monthly updates on how your client is doing. So that's pretty cool, because you get to see like if their score went up, you get to see if something got deleted, you get to see the progress, and they just keep you informed, like, hey, this is what we did with your client. You know, this is where we're at in the process. And that's really cool, because you kind of get to see your clients doing stuff, you know, and they're going to come back to you in like 4, 5, 6 months. It's a slower way to get clients, obviously, like, but they're still very worth it. You know, they're still good clients. That's exactly what they're coming to you for. Everybody's on a different timeline. And those people, they're usually the most grateful too, because they were in a position of like, I really didn't even know if I could do this. You know, there's some people that are so upset about their credit score being so bad that they're just like, I'm never going to be able to do this. Like, they just give up, you know, I'm not going to be able to buy a house. I'm not going to be able to buy a car. Like, that's what my life's going to be. And then they meet somebody like you, and you're able to educate them, and you're able to show them like, that's not true. That's 100% not true. We can get your score from 400 to 700 if that's what you wanted. We could, you know, like, it's very, very possible. I've seen it done. So, you know, take the time for your clients to learn what it is that your clients need, and then be able to provide that value. Okay, what is it that your client needs? Go figure out how to get it, add it to the services that the amazing, great services that you guys are already providing. I know you guys are awesome at providing service. I've seen the way that you guys work. I see the way that your clients love you guys. Like, you guys are awesome realtors, you know. Just go out and grab these last little bits and pieces that you need and put it together and get more confidence. Go out and practice what you need to practice. Don't be scared. Don't overthink it. And then sooner or later, you guys are going to be like the Lorenas, killing it in real estate. They're having some of their best years right now. So we all want all of that. ¿Me oyen, Lorenas?
Sí.
That you guys are doing awesome these past months, huh? This past year, you guys are doing so good.
Lorena Antiveros.
Las dos.
Thank you.
Las dos. We're watching you guys. You guys are doing awesome. So we all want more growth. We all want more, and let's just help each other grow. I hope you guys got something out of today's training. Did I go way over time?
No, it's barely 11.
Oh, yay. Okay. So that's it, guys. I will see you guys.
I want to say something.
Yes.
And I looks very pretty with her new look.
Yes, she does.
Thank you, Lorena. Muchas gracias.
She looks so cute, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all feeling the bangs too. We're all loving it. But all right, guys, enjoy the rest of your week, your weekend. It's almost Friday, so I hope you guys have a busy weekend planned. If you don't have a busy weekend planned yet, you guys need to get to planning. Make sure that you guys are booked and going on your appointments and checking out houses. Even if you don't have houses to show, go make some requests, go look at houses, get your inventory knowledge up, put some houses on Instagram, get out there and do the legwork. Like if you did have the clients, if you did have the 4, 5, 6, 7 clients, how many hours would you be out there working? You know what I mean? Go out and do it.
Denise,
Uh-huh.
we have a listing appointment this weekend. And I don't know if you have some advices that you can give us to get that listing.
Listing appointments.
Yeah,
Listing
I don't
appointments are
know.
my favorite.
We're open to hear advices.
Practice. Do you guys have a listing booklet or something that you take with you?
Listing book?
Mm-hmm. Like,
No,
what do you
don't.
take with you?
Well, we have the appointment just to get over the process and to give them some information and just to talk about it.
So,
I don't know if it's a good idea for us to have a CMA already or not yet.
You're gonna have a CMA. Take your CMA with you. I'm gonna have the girls working on helping us with a new listing booklet, and that's gonna be part of our listing training. Remember that when you go to a listing appointment, a listing consultation, a lot of it is it's a presentation that you're giving. It really is a presentation that you're giving. So you have to come prepared. It's kind of like, have you ever had somebody come in and professionally clean your carpets? Like they knock on your door and they're like, hey, we want to show you this awesome carpet. You know, it'll just take 30 minutes. Can I come show you what it is? That's what we're doing when we're going on these listing appointments. We're like presenting our value, and then they get to pick, are they gonna bet on our value? Like, is our value what they want, or are they looking for something else? So come prepared, do your CMA. What's today? Today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There is a listing booklet, a listing consultation booklet, Michelle and Alvaro, in Zone. You can go in Zone. You're gonna have to plug and play, and you're gonna have to make it look the way that you want it to look for you. But there's one in there. If you can do that today, you can send it to go get printed. Crossroads Printing, Anaí will give you their information. Crossroads Printing, they're on the west side. They're awesome. They'll give you really good prices. Make sure you let them know that I sent you. For everybody that I'm sending you, please let them know that I sent you, okay? I want them to take care of you. I send them a lot of business. I want them to know that you're with me, and I want to make sure that they take care of you, okay? So everybody that I'm giving you, please let them know that I sent you. Crossroads Printing, Anaí will give you the information. If you do that today, you can email them the PDF and you can ask them for a quote. Hey, I want this printed out in color. Can you give me an estimate, and how soon would you be able to have it? Today's Thursday. Are they open on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay, they're open on Saturday. You might be able to get it by Saturday. Okay. If it's too soon, if it's too much to do, you just go without the listing, the listing booklet. But that's something that we are going to work on, and then we'll have, you know, our version of it. And if you guys want to use that, you're more than welcome to. But if you want to have your own version, that's how you're gonna end up doing it anyways. Okay. So do that. If you can't, at the very least, just make sure that you're visualizing and talking amongst each other about how is the flow of this going to go? What are we going to do first? So there's a few things you have to do at a listing consultation, like in steps. The first thing that you want to do is walk the house. You want them talking to you before you're talking to them. You have to listen first. Our first job at a listing consultation is to listen and take a lot of notes. Okay? Get them talking about the house, ask questions as you're going through the house, important questions that are going to help you sell the house. How old is your roof? When was the last time it was replaced? Do you have have you put any claims on the insurance? You know, is there anything that I need to know about? Upgrades. They'll tell you the upgrades. Don't ask. They will tell you te van a decir cada tornillo que agregaron a la casa. Tell me I'm lying. I'm not lying. Don't ask about the upgrades, please. They will tell you. Okay, they're going to tell you about the upgrades. Take a lot of notes. And then when you sit down with them, regardless of whether you have the book or not, the book is just something that's there to help you stay on track with what you're going to say, but you don't need the book. The book is like having notes in front of you, but having something pretty to show. Okay. So don't worry about the book if you can't get it done, guys. You don't need the book. We will work on the book, and I should have those for you guys next week. If you can wait a week, you don't need it. So you're pretty much going to go over what you saw in the house. When you're in the house and you're touring the house, don't, oh, wow, this is amazing. Like, chill. Don't oversell their house either. Because you're probably going to have to ask them to do something to it. You're probably going to have to ask them to repair something, fix something. So paint something, clean something professionally, maybe, you know, like don't oversell the house. You're coming in to the presentation like a professional, and you're here to scope out the work. Like when a contractor goes into a house and they're giving you an estimate on how much it's going to cost, they're not like, oh, wow. They're like, all right, so, you know, how big is this wall? How much you can see them in their head calculating, like, you know, okay, how much is this part going to cost? And then this one, and then how much time is this going to take? Right. So that's what you're supposed to be in there learning the product while you're in there. Learn the product while you're in there, while they're giving you the tour. Understand that house better than your client understands their own house. You should be able to do that, okay? So you go in there, you get your tour, then you sit down with them and you ask them for a glass of water. If they have not offered a glass of water, you ask for a glass of water, okay?
Why?
This is to bring the energy of the room to a more neutral state. Okay. Personally, I drink a lot of water anyways. I will always take a glass of water. Okay. But this is actually something that will psychologically, it'll help us neutralize the space a little bit. Okay. Because they were super excited to tell you about their house, and now you need to sit down and talk business. We have to transition into that smoothly. And we have to transition into that smoothly and just bring everything back into this room now, at this table, at the dining room table. Always meet at the dining room table, not en la sala con la mesita. Don't do that. unless it's the only table that's available. If it's the only table that's available, okay. But usually there's a kitchen table that you can go and sit at. Go sit at the table, ask for a glass of water if they haven't already offered. Usually if they're gonna offer, this is when they offer it anyways. So sometimes you don't have to ask for it, but if they don't, ask for it yourself. Okay. And then you're gonna sit down and you're gonna give them your value proposition. Why should they hire you? Okay, you saw the house, you got it, you have a good understanding. Now you're gonna tell them why they should hire you. You're gonna say, if you hire me, this is what I'm gonna do for you. This is how I'm going to be able to get you the most money for your property. This is how you're going to have the best selling experience. It's going to be as hassle-free as possible. It's going to be very professional. It's going to be very transparent. I'm going to fight for you on your behalf when it comes to negotiating. Like, I'm the person you want to hire. Okay, that's your value proposition.
What happened if they called you? Is it necessary to go so deep in that matter? About you, about your skills?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, you want, so remember with every personality, it's going to be different. There are some personalities that do not want to hear that, but you still have to give it to them, but you have to give it to them different. So like the clients that are very like, go, 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 money, 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 like, give it to me now. I don't care. Just give me the papers to sign. Just give me the papers to sign. They don't, I don't care. Just tell me what I'm doing and let me sign it. Huh? The what?
They don't want to hear nothing about you.
Yes.
Just want to sign the contract.
Nothing. They don't want to see the pretty book. They don't want to hear the fluff. They don't want any of that. So with them, you have to do it different. You still have to give them your value proposition because you still have to be able to control the sale. There's still information that you have to go over because you have to go over it. This is part of my process. I have to tell you this before we start. This is the way that I work. This is the way that I do things. You're not going to hire me, not let me tell you what I'm here to do, and then be upset later because I didn't have an opportunity to tell you. No, you have to tell them. Excuse me, you have to tell them. That's a whole nother training. But we can get into just that by itself. But for this one, you're gonna go over your value proposition. In the situation that like they called you and you kind of already know that they're gonna sign, like they're kind of already sold, maybe you don't have to be as detailed. Kind of like when we're talking to the driver where we don't get as detailed. Maybe with them, when they're already sold, you don't have to be as detailed, but you do still want to give a clear expectation of what you're going to do for them, because you still have to let them understand and let them see that, hey, I'm working on your behalf. I'm going to work for you. Here's what I'm going to do. And here's what I expect of you. Because we're going to tell them what we're going to do, but that's going to follow with what I expect from them. So you have to cover all of that information. So now what I want from them is, so I'm going to give you the value proposition. Now we're going to talk about the house again. And we're going to say, okay, so now based off what I saw in the house, so now you're kind of more so like, all right, where you should have a pretty good understanding of where they stand on selling the house. But you're about to get the best understanding of how they on where they stand on selling the house. You have to give them the suggested listing price now. That's the third thing. So first you tour the house, then the value proposition. Now you have to give them the suggested list price. Now here's another little obstacle that you're going to have to overcome is the listing price. Because when do we ever go into a listing and we go, I think your property, I recommend that you list your property at 200,000. And they're like, oh, 200,000. Okay, yes, that's more than I even wanted. That would be great.
No.
Never. No, it doesn't look like that. They're like 200. But I put in 3 trees in the back. I put in 3 trees in the back, and that has to be worth 30,000. It has to, right? Their expectation of the price is almost always very far off. Okay. Sometimes we get lucky and their expectation of their price is so much better, and I want to hug them when it is. They did a little bit of research and they really understand how home values work, and they have a better understanding of like, okay, this is more or less the range, but they're not usually like super excited about the price that we give them, because we usually come in a little bit more aggressive. And why do we want to come in more aggressive? Because we understand that we still have to meet an appraisal value, and we still have to, well, the appraisal value, that's really the biggest thing. Like, we still have to meet an appraisal value, guy. You know, like, now, can we get a buyer that would pay the difference? Yes, it's possible. And we talked about that with Ethel. We can possibly have a buyer that could pay the difference, but it's never guaranteed. It's never guaranteed. So, you know, we have to go with, if we were selling it at value, what's the best way to list this? And then you're going to give them the recommended list price. You're going to say, okay, so based off of everything that I saw, this is what I recommend your list price to be. And this is why. Make sure you're explaining why. So when I do my CMAs, I like to not, so when I go over the CMA with the client, the biggest thing that I want to show them is I want to first educate them. If they don't understand how I get the home value, that's the first thing we need to go over. So that's the first thing I ask is, do you understand how home values are created? Like, who determines a home value? How does that happen? Do you understand how that works? If they say no, then you have to explain to them, okay, the way that we anticipate for a home value is a very similar process to what the appraisers use. I'm not an appraiser. Always say it. I am not an appraiser. But it's a very similar analysis to what they use. And the analysis is basically, we're going to compare these properties like your property. So like your property as in year, style, location. It has to be in the same location or else it doesn't make sense. So I educate them first, tell them how we're going to get this value. And that's how we find the value. Now, as a listing agent, if I'm trying to sell your house, I want to make sure that I'm not overpricing it, because you don't want your listing to go stale on the market. Even though we have a hot seller's market, that doesn't mean that you can put your listing up for $50,000 more and somebody's going to pay for it. Like, that's still not very realistic. So, you know, we still got to be realistic, right? I don't want you to price your house too high, and I don't want you to price it low either, because I want to make sure I get you every penny you deserve. Okay. Now you go over the price with them, and you want to go over more or less how much they're going to net in their pocket. You guys can get an estimated net sheet from Marcy Espinosa and Zenaida. What's Zenaida's last name? Or Zenaida. Ethel might know, but she's not on. You guys, if you have to go, you can go. Signs. Zenaida Signs. I want to go over this with Michelle and Alvaro, but you guys are more than welcome to hop off early, because I know I already went over time. But you can ask them for an estimated net sheet. So all you have to do is email them and say, here's the property address. Can I please get an estimated net sheet in this amount? And then you're going to put in there what she should include. So should she include 6% commission? Should she include any closing costs? Like, do you think that your seller is going to have to pay for closing costs? In this market, I probably wouldn't anticipate for closing costs. Maybe I might anticipate them for closing costs after she gives it to me, depending on a lot of things, but just ask her for the estimated net sheet, and then she'll send it to you. So that way you have a good idea, because they want to know. So what does a seller wants to know? A seller wants to know, how soon can I get my house sold? How much is it going to sell for? And how much do I get to keep? They understand that it costs money to sell a house. They just don't know how much it costs. So you have to tell them more or less how much they're going to net after that. So once everything's said and done, this is how much you're going to net. Okay? Because after that is probably when you're going to ask for the business. You should be asking for the business at this point. All right? I would love to represent you in the sale of your home. I think that I can do this well. I think that I can get you every penny that you deserve. Can we move forward with this? You know, can we represent you with the sale of your home? You have to ask for the business. Don't assume that they're going to say no. Don't assume that they need a night to think about it. You're asking right now. You've given them all the information that you came here to give them so that they could make a decision. If they know exactly what they want, they'll be able to tell you yes or no. Okay. But this is where the hesitation comes in. This is when all those little doubts come in for the seller. And they're not usually going to give it to you that easy. Because why? Because you're a salesperson and they still don't trust you all the way. Okay. So they're probably going to have some reservations. It might not even be you. It might just be them. They might have a reservation about the time. Maybe they don't want the house to sell so fast. Like, I want to sell it, but I really don't want to be moving until like June. So I don't know if it's a good time to put on the market right now. You know, like, I want some information, but I don't know. So it might be something like that. So you're going to get the objections, and then you are going to handle those objections. Handle the objection. What is the objection? And then handle it. So for somebody like that, that's like, well, I want to move, but I just don't want to move until June. All right, well then why don't we do this? Why don't we start by setting up another appointment, or depending on how long you've been there, you can either set up another appointment. If you've been there too long already, get out. Don't be there too long. You shouldn't be at these people's house for more than an hour. Okay. If you've already been there too long, get out. If you haven't been there too long, you can say, why don't we just walk through the house one more time? We'll give you some pointers on a couple of things that you can start working on right now. Or maybe you don't have to walk around the house. Maybe you're collecting the information and it's something that you can just, you know, tell them, you know, I caught that, I know you guys said that you wanted to paint the exterior of the home. You guys can start working on that now. You said that, or, you know, the leaks that we had seen in the restroom that needed a, you know, they were still looking ugly, like they got fixed before, but they're still looking ugly, you know? So, stuff like that you can give them to do, but you can also sign the listing agreement right then and there. So you can say, okay, if they're ready to move forward, and that's the only concern is that I don't want to list it right now. You're better off having the listing agreement signed so that you can lock them in and you know that they're not looking for another realtor anymore. Because in reality, there's not a whole lot for you to do between now and then. But it just takes one agent to come and sweet talk them a little bit at the right time for your client to be theirs now. And let's face it, if I come across somebody and they want to sell their home and they don't have a listing agreement and they're still willing to let me come into their house and give them another consultation, I don't think that that client is loyal to you. You know what I mean? Like, they're telling me, no, I don't have a realtor. I did have somebody come in here and tell me about it, you know, but they just gave me information. I haven't signed anything. You always hear that. I haven't signed anything. And it's because they're still shopping you around. So this is where you want them to commit to you also. Like, hey, I want to work for you. Yes or no? If I'm not working for you right now because you're not ready to sell, that's fine. But are you ready to move forward with this working relationship? Because between now and month 4, there's still things that I want to make sure that I stay on top of with you as my client. I don't want to be staying on top of this stuff with you if 4 months later, you're just going to go and sign with somebody else. Okay. So protect your time also. And the best way to do that is to lock them in, get them to give you that commitment. Plus, that's when you're at your height. That's when they're really feeling you. If they're really feeling you and they really do want you to represent them, that's the time to do it. So come prepared with your listing agreement also. Don't take your CMA and not take your listing agreement, please. You're there to get a job, okay? You're there to get a job. So prepare your listing exclusive listing agreement. If you need help, Ethel, she's awesome. She can help you. Just treat her good. She likes. What else do you like, Ethel? Louis Vuitton? Just kidding.
I am cooking because my son has to eat now. He has his lunch break, so I am.
Oh, you're good. I think we all have to go. I think we all have to get going. I hope that helped you guys.
If you need help with the papers, just let me know. I can help you. Yeah. To everybody.
And if you want to hire Ethel as your transaction coordinator, you guys, she's awesome. You can pay her on the back end, so you don't have to pay her up front, and she can help you with all your administrative work. Everybody, okay? She does really, really, really good. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, guys. You guys should have all the information for all of our partners that we put out today. Again, let them know that I sent you. They will definitely take care of you. I hope you guys got something out of our training. Thank you so much, everybody, for your participation. I had a lot of fun today, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And good luck this weekend. Stay prepared. Michelle and Alvaro, you guys got it. We're going to be looking for your post on Saturday that you got the listing, okay? But all right. Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.